I need to cut from this monetized money too.
Oh my god! You are a clown! I'm putting this clip at the end too.
You can open that bitch up with that, for real.
LegionBeats.com.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Quita. If you're new to my channel, please make sure you click the subscribe button below. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for watching and coming back to my channel. Today, basically, y'all see I have me a guest on my channel. I've never done this before, so this is new for both of us. Well, he's never been on YouTube. Wait a minute, before I get into some shit, y'all, he has some footage that I need him to release for YouTube, and he ain't released that shit yet. So I'm gonna get him to release some old vlog footage, y'all. But anyway, so in this video, y'all, I have Zell from Str8t Facts Podcast, and I'm gonna be interviewing him today because.
What footage you talking about?
Huh?
What footage you? Oh, you talking about my Dallas footage?
Yeah.
You would get some Dallas footage when we get down there.
So he just threw me off, y'all. But yeah, so I'm gonna be interviewing him today. Again, like I said, he has a podcast called Str8t Facts Podcast where he talk about a variety of topics, where he talk about uncomfortable situations or uncomfortable topics. He talk about he also talk about just real life experiences. He interview other people that are entrepreneurs, and other people that have like jobs such as like mental health, what are they called?
Mental health counselors?
Yeah, counselors. So like he bring people on that people are actually interested in hearing from. So I wanted to bring him on my channel because I'm a content creator myself, and I wanted to get into the mind of another content creator because I know how it is for me being a content creator. And sometimes it can be hard for me. Sometimes I can get creator's block. Sometimes I go through things where I take breaks from YouTube. You guys know that. You guys been asking me for videos that I haven't even put out yet, which is coming soon. But I go through a lot of things being a content creator. So I basically wanted to get into his mind as a podcaster, which is, you know, different than being a YouTuber. And I just wanted to know how he deals with certain things and how he does podcasting. So if any of you guys are want to get into podcasting, or if you are a podcaster, he'll be able to help you and talk to you, or talk about the things he go through, so that you guys, and maybe it can help some of you guys with what you're going through. So I guess we can get right into it.
For a small fee, folks.
Oh my God. So yeah, so I want you to tell them about yourself. Like, you know, tell them more about what you do, who you are as a person, plug your podcast in, do whatever, you know.
As you know, I do a podcast called the Str8t Facts Podcast. I drop an episode every single Wednesday. This is my second season. I've been doing it since March. I'm on the way to closing up my second season. By the end of this month, it will be closed up, and I'll be going into season 3, which will be coming out in February of next year. But as far as a little bit about myself, I actually started off podcasting in a group. If you don't know what the group is called the Den Podcast. That's available on all streaming platforms as well. We started doing that like last year, so I damn near got like a year of experience in podcasting. I started doing the Den Podcast last year, October. I ended up leaving after season 1, which ended in February, and from February I decided to do my own thing, which is Str8t Facts Podcast. I kicked that off in March. So that's a little bit of background about my podcasting history.
Yeah, you pretty much a vet at this point. Like you got a catalog. I could call it a catalog, because at this point you pretty much got, because how many episodes did y'all leave off of?
We left off with 30.
So you over 50 episodes that you've done.
Yeah.
So I can call that a vet.
Yeah, I'm the GOAT.
Yeah, you the podcasting goat. Pretty much.
I'm the goat.
So I want you to tell us about how you started this journey of becoming a podcaster, because I know some people want to start podcasting, but they don't know where to start or what to do or any of that.
Man, it really all started with a conversation though. You know, me and my homie, we was working together and we'd have all types of like, you know what I mean, good conversations, very good intellectual conversations about certain topics and certain shit, and we just thought it made sense that we just did a podcast. And it's crazy because we was teasing a podcast for like a whole year before we actually attempted to do it. I think for those who are, you know, on the fence of wanting to do a podcast, like, there's never a right time. You know what I mean? You just gotta basically, you know, do it. It takes a lot of confidence because, you know, once you submit that shit out there.
Yeah.
So like, it ain't really nothing you can do after that. But that's how it basically all started. The idea started off with a work conversation, and after that, we basically decided that we was gonna finally do it a year fucking later. I mean, I think we should have been did it, but you know, I believe in perfect timing, and that was our perfect timing at that time. So we pursued it last year, and shit. I'm where I'm at now.
So I do have a question in reference to that. Like, I want to know why y'all decided to do, or why y'all in the group and why you as an individual decided to do just audio instead of doing visuals as well.
Man, to keep it 100, we were supposed to drop visuals. We were supposed to drop visuals for every episode, but it's just like, we was rookies at the shit at the time. I feel like we had to go through trials and a couple trials to actually come to understanding that like we should have been dead visuals. You know what I mean? We was doing audio for a while. It was three of us.
Because I was pressing you.
Yeah,
I was like, we need a visual. Give us a visual.
My brother pressing me now about doing a visual, so it's the first one, bro. You finally getting the shit. Bro.
I don't know, maybe after this you could start doing visuals and maybe you will like it and start doing visuals after this, or like maybe random episodes that you do, you can get visuals.
I think I'm gonna look into visuals for season 3. I think, you know, at the end of the day, as far as like season 2, you know, I just dropped episode 26, which means I only got 3 more episodes to drop, and I'm gonna close the season up. So like, this an episode, this one of 3 that I'm dropping. So like, at least you would get one visual.
Right, y'all heard it here first. Yeah. That hold him accountable for what he's saying. Visuals, please. Or at least do like a certain amount, of episodes. Do it. You don't even have to do like every episode. Like, you can do like, you know, a certain amount of visuals. Because I feel like some people want to put a face to the podcast. Like, they may see your picture and stuff like that, but you have people that maybe out of state, and you know, they don't really, you know,
they want to put a face to something.
Yeah, basically.
You see me? It's me.
You know what? Alright, so can you tell us about the process of podcasting, like from start to finish? Like, how do you start, like when you sit down from the start of you podcasting to the end of it, like what is your process?
Man, honestly, social media plays a big part in the content that I come up with. You know what I mean? I think with podcasting, those who want to start podcasting, like, this is some free game. Like, you gotta find mess. People like mess, unfortunately. Like, that's just the type of times we live in. Like, motherfuckers like mess. They like hearing about, you know what I mean, fucked up shit or shit that's going on that, like, people don't give a fuck about intellectual conversations nowadays.
Right.
They listen to it if they deem you as a big name person or some shit. Like, so I feel how I come up with my content, some play a part. It's social media. Majority of it is social media, and majority of it is like word of mouth. Sometimes, like, I'll be having a conversation with somebody, and I'll be like, and I talk to them about whatever we talking about, and I'm like, you know what? I didn't see that shit from your side. Yeah. But since you explained it on your side, I'm gonna explain my fucking side on my podcast, and then that's when I'm gonna go with it. But coming up with content is like the hardest part of doing this shit. Yeah. It's the hardest part because you don't know what's gonna catch people's ears. Like, you don't know what type of mood people be in. Like I said, people wake up with different feelings every day, so you don't know what type of mood they be in. And Summer Walker, hey, all you motherfuckers that listen to this, you know what?
Honestly, I listen to it, and it is not.
It's not what people think it is. But that to answer your, it all ties in with the question you just asked me though.
Yeah.
She know, and it's no disrespect to women or anything like that, because it's a lot of bitter niggas out there too.
Yeah.
She knows that we live in a bitter world. I think.
Yeah.
She knows that majority of a lot of these young women out here are single parents like her. So it's like, what's a better way to capitalize on?
Right.
By dropping a bitter ass album that you only get 15 cents per dollar on.
Oh, you shady.
Tuned in to the Str8t Facts Podcast.
You fucking shade. Hey, but that is true though. That is facts that she signed the deal. She's only getting 15 cents per
dollar though. That's sick.
Yeah.
So
that's
$2
wow.
you get 30.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Motherfucker working a job making more money than you.
You said a 9 to 5 for making money.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that for the closing remarks. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going. I'm gonna leave that for the closing remarks.
You know what?
You know where I'm going. I got a message for the 9 to 5ers at the end.
You know what? Clown. So when you sit down though, like how do you start the whole process of you recording though? Like in addition to like your process of getting content, how do you sit down and like start your process of recording as well?
The crazy part about it is I actually just started this a couple episodes ago. Like before then, I swear I have like a high value of like anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's because basically you finna put some shit out and you don't know who gonna like it. You don't know who gonna say this, who gonna say that. Cause like season 1, I had a lot of feedback from people like disrespecting me, all types of shit. So it's like, but you gotta just be built for the shit. You gotta, if you gonna be in this type of media world, you gotta be built for criticism. But
absolutely.
What I've been doing, like I said, since a couple episodes ago, like I actually say like a short prayer before I actually turn this shit on, and I do it because it's just like I pray because like
you need that peace.
It give me that peace, and not only just that, it kind of makes me more comfortable with being myself.
Yeah.
So that's how I really kick it off. And you know, I probably have a little something in my cup. But any other time, like it's just a quick prayer. But like again, like this. I have not did a solo episode this season.
Yeah.
So I plan on doing one, you know, which is going to be one of the 3 that's going on. Well, two of the 3, because you know this one of the 3 that I plan on dropping. So I plan on doing a solo, which probably be the last episode of the season. So
make sure y'all look out for that as well.
For sure.
So was this something you always wanted to do, or did you have other aspirations as far as like what you wanted to do with your life?
Man, quit it. Honestly, what a lot of people don't know is I went to school for television and video production.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is I wanted to be a motherfucker on the news.
That's crazy because I cannot imagine you being on the news.
I wanted to be on the news because I wanted to be fucking seen.
Yeah.
Basically, I wanted to be on the news. That's something I always wanted to do. So I went to school for television and video production. And as I went to school for it, it kind of showed me that I would never be on the news. I'd just be a motherfucker that's shooting the shit on the news. So I'm like, it got to a point, and then that's when I figured out that like I have to actually go to school for journalism. So I switched my major. Yeah, I switched my major and went to journalism, and ended up like not going no more. And like for a while, I think until the crazy part about it, until this year, I finally decided to put all my chips in with this podcast and shit, because I looked at it as like, this is my gift. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? So it took the thing is, I think that society pushes us to make us think that we should know what we should be doing by the time we get out of high school.
Yeah.
And it really don't work like that. It's just like you really got to go through life. Like you got to go through the ups and downs. You got to go through the pain, the agony. Like you got to go through that type of shit to figure out what you really supposed to be here to do. But I feel like the only way you'll really, really know what you put here to do is basically if you put God first.
Yeah.
And you go from there, like he'll lead you to where you're supposed to go.
That's fact.
And what you're supposed to be doing. So like this is what he put in me. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, because I feel like we both had a situation where, because you were told that, I feel like, because I remember we had a conversation and we both were told that we were put on this earth to make people feel good, and
yeah,
we were both told that, which is wild.
I fucking hate it.
Why?
I hate it.
Why?
Shout out Keys. People do not value good people.
They don't.
They don't value good people,
yeah.
though. Like, people don't value good people. Like, you can be a good person to a motherfucker and they still want a motherfucker that's not no good for them, but they so hooked to the thrill and the excitement of that person.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, people don't value good people. But I mean, like, me being done dirty by people, or certain people did fucked up shit to me, it didn't change the way I loved. It didn't change the way, like, it didn't change nothing. I was still there for people. But the reason why I say I hated it is because there's no escaping it. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter what's done to me, I'll always be good to people.
That's good.
So it's a gift and a curse.
But no, see, you know what it is though? We're actually supposed to treat people better than how people treat us. Did you know that?
Fuck that.
We're supposed to treat people better than how they treat us. And sometimes we fall short of it. Sometimes we just treat people the same way that they treat us. But technically we are supposed to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Per basically like how God loves us.
Yeah.
We're supposed to love other people, like love thy neighbor. You know, so.
Semantics.
Then we're gonna get into the next topic. So I think this is gonna basically lead into this next question, because you touched up on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to know, at what point did you realize that podcasting was for you?
Damn, that's a good question. I like that question actually. I knew it was for me when I started getting the crowd that I was getting.
Yeah.
Once I started really like turning up, I think season 1 was just like a test run. It was like, okay, let's see if this shit works. Season 1 did so good that it gave me high hopes for season 2. And basically when season 2 came around, you gotta think about it. Like, if you somebody who been tuned into my podcast, my whole season 1 I did hella solos. Because I had nobody who really probably believed in the brand. They probably didn't believe in what was going on. They probably didn't want to come on this motherfucker and basically like say anything, because they probably felt it wasn't gonna go nowhere. But
right.
Like, season 2 took the fuck off.
Yes.
And
yes.
When season 2 took off, that's when I knew. Like, when I knew, like, I'm like, okay, this it.
Yeah.
This is what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And
but I've been believing you though. Like, I've been doing it.
And I really appreciate you.
When you was in the when you was in the group, I believed in you. Like, I knew this was for you because how strong of a voice you had, and you wanted to talk about different things that other podcasts talk about. Like, a lot of podcasts, they get on and they just talk about sex, they talk about drugs, they just talk about all the messy shit. And I feel like for you, you wanted to talk about a variety of things. You didn't want to just talk about the mess, you wanted to talk about real life situations. And I feel like we need that. So I feel like I noticed when you was in a group that this would be for you.
See, the thing is, I'm gonna, because I think you're gonna get to a lot of things, but yeah, I'm gonna let you keep going.
So, since I just talked about the group,
she looking real good today too.
Thank you.
So,
since we were already talking about the group, I want to know, would you ever do a group again, and why?
Absolutely.
Why or why not?
Absolutely. I definitely do a group again, but it have to be under my umbrella.
Yeah.
It have to be under my it'd have to be my business plan. Because like how I feel when you got other people doing a group together, it's a 50-50 chance that it's working or not. It's 50-50. Now, when I'm starting my own group and it's under my umbrella, this shit can't fail. You know, this is my brand, Str8t Facts. This is mine. So it's like owning a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna employ the right motherfuckers. I'm gonna bring the right motherfuckers in that I know gonna be on time. I know they gonna contribute to the main goal at hand. I know that, you know, everybody is gonna have a job. Yeah. Everybody's gonna have a task. Like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. And it's like, when you just being like, okay, I'm finna go join a group. That's different, because like I'm joining a whole group of different opinions and egos and ideas. Now, me putting a group in together for myself, it'd be much easier because, like I said, it's what I want to do.
You have more of a say so.
Yeah, I'm the boss. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like I'm a good boss. So it's like, I feel like I'll be a good boss. So, to answer your question, yes, I do a group. And to answer your question, like, in the future of Str8t Facts Podcast, Str8t Facts will eventually become a group. It will eventually become a group. Of course, it will not be in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But it will eventually become a group. Like, I don't plan on being a solo podcaster forever. Like, I feel like the only way I'll be able to be bigger out here is to expand. And the way to expand is to have different, you know, mindsets. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody probably sees something way much further than me than the next person. It's just like, my ego ain't that big enough. My ego ain't that big for me to like turn down, you know, help or turn down the motherfucker saying like, bro, like, you should take this route. Like, look at this. Look, if you do this, you could do that. Like, you know, I'm good with painting, or I'm good with videos, or I'm good with drawing. I'm good with this. Like, I just feel like I'm never that big. My ego is never that big for me to learn something new, or for me to like listen to, you know, somebody's business plan. But you know, ultimately, like I said, like, it'd be under my umbrella, and it would be up to me to agree or not who I want in Str8t Facts.
That makes sense though. So would you? Can you tell us, like, I want to know. Yeah. Like, how many people would you be willing to have in your group? And also, would you do, like, are you doing like, male and female, or, like, one or the other?
Honestly, if I was to do a group, I just need 2 people. And the 2 people I need, the crazy part about it, and y'all this probably be crazy, I feel like I want 2 women. You know what I mean? I want 2 women, and I feel like the crazy part about it, because a lot of people are like, damn, why the fuck would you want 2 women? I feel like I'm strongly opinionated, and I'm not one of them people that's gonna be like, oh, well, fuck what you saying. This is what's going on. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'm not one of them type of dudes. Like,
so basically, do you think that? So would you prefer women because you feel like men have a bigger ego, like their ego is too big? Or do you feel like you just would prefer to have women because you can have, like, you work with women better and you can have better conversations with them, and you would rather just hear, like, from women's perspective because you feel like your perspective is already enough?
Men are too biased. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Men, they set in stone on how they feel about certain things. Like, I like the dynamic of having, like, don't get me wrong, I won't close the door on a dude and then a female. I won't close the door on that, but like, you basically asked me what I want. I would want 2 women. But if I was to find a guy and a girl, like, that'd be perfect for me. Like, I wouldn't mind that. But like, I just feel like men be more biased about certain shit, and I be wanting to, like, when we talking about, like, even, okay, when I was in a group, we had a lot of controversial conversations where I was like, damn, like, I see how you think, I know how I think, like, fuck, I wish it was a woman here. Yeah. So, you know what I mean, I can have a legit argument, I can have fun with this shit, because right now, I got 2 guys that siding with me. You know what I mean? And in the back of my head, I'm like, we sound crazy as a bitch right now. This is not what it is, but, you know, what can we do? So, I would rather have 2 women because, like I said, I look at myself as an understanding person. I'm somebody that, you know, people can really talk to. I'm not one of them people that shut a motherfucker down. Like, I like to communicate. So.
Yeah, definitely. I know that.
Don't put that. Yes, I like to communicate. That's I know it's not a love language, but that's a love language to me. You want to communicate with me, whether you like it or not.
So I want to know, how has being a podcaster affected your life and what ways?
Positive and negative. You know, in a positive standpoint, like I said, it got me known. It got me getting very known entrepreneurs on my show. It got my shit. It got like another positive of it. It gave me the courage to keep going. It gave me the courage to know that like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. It affected my life in like I said, the positive ways. It affected, like, I got to work with people I thought I'd never really work with. Like, for instance, like, I had my brother, and the crazy thing about that, like, I was supposed to do something with my brother back in June of this year, and it didn't work out because, you know, we was in Houston doing other shit. So, like, to finally get him in and for him to be open as he was, that really turned me up. That really gave me, like, I'm like, okay, I got this shit in me to bring a motherfucker in here and to open up like that. Like, you can go to therapy and not open up to a person. So it's just like, for somebody to come to you and trust you enough and trust your brand enough and trust your audience enough to open up about personal things that they wouldn't even go to a therapist to open up about. Shit, that's big to me. The negative standpoint was it fucks up your mental health sometimes because you're dealing with different energies. The type of shit that gets sent to you when somebody hears something they don't want to hear, or somebody hears something that they don't agree with, they cursing you out or they feel a way about you. The pressures of knowing that you gotta drop one. Say if you drop an episode and it does 100 streams, mentally you program like, nigga, you gotta beat 100 streams. Like, you gotta, and that fucks with you because now you gotta dig deep, and sometimes you gotta go into some of the darkest content as far as like, you gotta talk about shit that's like, you gotta talk about nasty shit. Like, you gotta talk about, because like I said, people like mess.
Yeah.
And like, I want to get away from, my whole thing about season 2, I want to get away from toxic vibes. Like, I did that shit in the group and I did that shit in season 1, and it's just like, people like toxic. So
yeah. Man, you was telling all the tea. You was telling all the tea. And I'm just, and she was listening to all of it. I was. I mean, but I was supporting him because I started to listen. You know what? We ain't gonna get into that. But I was supporting him because I truly believed in him as a podcaster and what he stood for. So I listened anyway to hear what was going on. Plus, I mean, he was going to tell me his tea anyway, but I still wanted to hear what he was going to say on the podcast. And I wanted, honestly, it was like everybody, well, not everybody, like, I feel like you told majority of, like, your toxic stuff. And then, like, they told a little bit, but not as much as you. But I still, like, I enjoyed the episodes. Like, I enjoyed listening to it because, you know, they were basically just telling their past experiences, and I guess it's always good to hear like what life experiences people go through. But like you said, people like mess. But I know how it is as a content creator, where it's like basically you got to figure out what type of content to put out, because you want to make sure it's good enough for people to continue to come back and listen to your shit. Or you want to make sure that you're putting out quality content, so it could be pressure on you and then you do, like you said, you compare your results from the previous episode. So you, like, even for me being a YouTuber, I'll be looking at my views like, man, this video got this amount of views, man, I hope this one gets this amount. So I could definitely relate, and I understand.
That shit fucks with your mental health.
It does.
Like a motherfucker.
It really does. But before we get into, we are going to get into mental health, but I do want to ask a couple questions about like social media and content, because I know we touched up on it a little bit, but I want to get more into that. So how do you determine what's good content how do you determine what's good content to talk about and what's not?
Simple, and I got the perfect answer for you. Like, anybody that's out there podcasting or anything like that, of course I'm not going to talk about this in this episode, but like, if you really needed something, bro, this Summer Walker album is definitely something to bring up for content, because it's just like, she got everybody in a headlock. And if you got everybody in a headlock with that album, I can have everybody in a headlock with my opinion about that album.
Yeah, right.
So it's just like, that's how you come up with shit. Like if somebody comes with, in the city of Milwaukee, if you was to see that it was a big ass riot downtown, bam.
Yeah.
That's content. You talk about the pros and the cons of the riot. Maybe they rioted because it was unjust. Or maybe they rioted because somebody got killed in their neighborhood and they wanted to make a point. And then you put in a negative aspect behind it. So it's just like, content, like I said, it's hard getting it because you gotta be one of the people that's knee deep in the news. You gotta be one of the people that's knee deep in social media. Like, when I took that break from social media, I took a break from social media, and it was hard as fuck for me to even come up with content because I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So it's like, I had to basically just go off of like how I was feeling about certain shit. You know what I mean? So that's the thing about picking like good content. You gotta catch that shit when it's hot. Like, you gotta catch it when it's hot. Like, Summer Walker shit is hot right now. Next week it's not gonna be hot. You know what I mean? It's hot. It's gonna be hot all fucking weekend. Yeah. A lot of niggas is finna be homeless.
What?
A lot of niggas finna be homeless. It's finna be a couple babies being born because. Can I say a little bit about that?
No, I don't care. Go ahead. You talk your shit.
This woman is very toxic. In Future, where the fuck is you at? Like, for real, because like she's the equivalent of Future. You know what I mean? Like, she's as toxic as he is. Like, but that's the crazy part about it. Like, people like toxic. Like, there's women that like Future. Yeah. You know what I mean? People just like toxic shit. So catch that shit while it's hot. So Summer Walker popping right now. Like, this weekend she's going to be popping. So it's like, you really got to catch that shit when it's hot.
Right. Well, like, this album, I guess she's basically talking about like her experiences of her dealing with like women on the track, and to her, and then basically like the journey of her like when she stopped messing with him, to her having her new boyfriend now and him treating her well. That's what they're saying it's about. Like, I've listened to the album once and I'm trying to get into it. I mean, it's not a bad album, but it's definitely not better than Over It, her first album. Did you listen to it?
No.
Exactly. So, but it's not a bad album. I feel like it's just one of those albums that you have to listen to multiple times to get into it. It's definitely a few songs on there that I like, but the first song was, she had a clip of Cardi B at the end, and she was basically talking about in that song where like women were trying to get into it with her, with London basically, and how basically she was just talking about the other woman or whatever, and I guess it was like her talking about her getting pregnant and stuff, and Cardi B had a clip at the end. I guess she must have been like on Instagram Live or something.
Yeah.
And she was talking about how Summer shouldn't worry about these other women and come out with her pregnancy gracefully and some other stuff. So I guess she's just talking about her experience that she's been going through. So I guess that's why a lot of women been like fired up about this. Some women can relate to this. A lot of women can relate to this.
Yeah, because a lot of women are okay with being single parents.
Yeah.
So
wait, what?
A lot of women
I don't know about
okay
being
with single
okay.
parents. I'm going to say this, like, that album is fueling women who, you know what? Okay, let me rephrase that. Like, because there's a lot of women who are single parents and they probably looking around like, what the and that album could be their motivation to keep going. So I'm not knocking that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking anybody because like, don't nobody plan to be a single parent. So don't excuse me on that. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody. Nobody plans to be a single parent. But it's just like, what I think about the whole album and her whole approach, it's a bitter ass album. You know, it's a bitter album. But then again, you can say the same shit about Future album. It's a bitter album. So it's like,
he had bitter moments.
Yeah, he had bitter albums. So it's like, I'm not the person that's gonna target and be like, oh, y'all bitter and shit like that, or going to rant. Like, I seen a lot of people going on a rant about women on social media because they was fucking with the album. Like, I stayed out of that shit. All I said was, Future, where the fuck you at, bro? That's all I said. Like, I didn't. Up for y'all. Yeah. And by the way, Sierra Prayer, they had shit on throwaway. That was Future Prayer. Like, for real. And a lot of women posting and reposting all the lyrics, but ain't nobody reposting Sierra Prayer.
They show lame.
You ain't getting married. That's the thing.
You sick.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. You ain't getting married. That's the thing. I got the answer for you. Don't nobody want to marry you. I was supposed to be here if I knew nobody didn't want to marry my ass.
You are sick.
That's how this shit goes.
He's sick, y'all. So I know that, so like you just said, social media is your main source of getting content. Like that's where you go to figure out what you should talk about or like the hot topics. So does that affect your mental health, having to be on there often to see what topics are current?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It disrupts my mental health because it's the opinions that when you on there, it's natural for you to see a post and go look at the comments. That's natural shit. Yeah. So I naturally go look at the comments and see how people think, and it's just like, and I swear sometimes, like if you really don't know the difference between certain shit, a lot of these men and women will leave you out here feeling hopeless. Like there's no future. Like you look at it as like, I might as well just do what the fuck I do because these niggas ain't shit. I might as well do what the fuck I do because these females ain't shit. Like that shit will leave you hopeless. Excuse me. That shit will leave you hopeless, dog. Like seriously. So it do fucks up your mental health because it'll be something I want to talk about. Like I see some crazy shit. Like I guess a woman caught her man cheating, so she killed him. And motherfucker like, oh, sis ain't wrong, free her. Like, nigga, what? Like, she killed a human being. Like, at the end of the day, like, I don't promote this, but go fuck his car or go do some other shit. But killing the motherfucker, bro. Like, and y'all sit back like, oh, yeah, sis, do that. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. It's too many people in this world to
kill a motherfucker.
Yeah, to spaz out like that.
Real. But a motherfucker told me that they would kill me if I stopped talking to him. Story.
You're messy.
That's the story for the other day. Next question, please.
Yeah, he's so messy. We're gonna get into this. We're gonna get into this next topic because he's so messy. Oh, this is what happens when you come on Str8t Facts. You know,
it's a lot of calling the kettle black on this motherfucker. Like for real. It's all these people in this world. Okay, work with it.
It is. It's one thing to say it, but to actually do it though.
I don't know. Hey, I'm hopeless. I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fuck they're capable of doing for real. Joe Biden the president. Shit. I don't know what people capable of doing nowadays.
He messy, y'all. We're gonna get into the next topic, cause So do you feel like there's pressure on you from everyone that care about you to be great?
Yeah, because it's a lot of motives that has to be questioned. You know what I mean? Like you don't know if somebody there because you popping at the time.
Yeah.
You don't know if they there because they see some. I'm gonna tell you all at the end. They see some money in it or something like that. Like you just don't know. Like I don't know, bro. Like you just don't know. Like I do feel like it's a lot of pressure because not even just that. When I took that break, I had my mom's hitting me. I had my brothers hitting me. Like only one person really knew why I took a break and why I was sitting back. So they really didn't know. So they was hitting me and shit and they like, yo, what's going on? And a lot of people was hitting me on Instagram like, damn, you quit? Like, what's going on? And like, it is a lot of pressure because when I first came back, I was under a lot of pressure, not just by my family, but like by people who was subscribing and people who was checking for me and waiting on me. And I remember when I was talking to you and I was just like, I'm gonna drop this shit. And you like, no. You like, no, don't do it if you ain't ready. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna drop this shit. And like, I remember you was like, don't drop it. And I was like, I ain't gonna drop it. Because one thing about you, I just gotta do it. Because if I did it anyway, I did it anyways. And you didn't even fucking know the episode came out.
I did it. He dropped the whole, he told me he was not gonna drop any episodes or whatever. He told me he was gonna chill. He dropped the episode and didn't even tell me. He dropped the episode and didn't even tell me. And you know what's crazy though? What? Like, I would go to your Spotify. I would go to Spotify and I would listen to all your episodes, but I didn't know how to subscribe. Don't talk about me. You know I don't know how to really work phones like that.
You don't like we get to the end.
I didn't know. Don't do too much. Okay. But I didn't know how to subscribe to Spotify until recently. So like I didn't know he dropped the episode, huh?
No, good.
I didn't know how to subscribe until recently.
You so downloaded Summer Walker's album.
That's different. That's different.
Don't give a fuck about me. Don't do that.
Do not do that. Don't do that. So, I listen to every episode. So don't do that. Even when I'm sitting here watching you record, I'm still listening to the episode. But I didn't subscribe to it until recently. So he dropped the episode and I didn't even know. And I'm like, you dropped the episode? Because I don't know, I don't remember if you told me, you was like, I dropped the episode and it's doing well. And I said, what the hell, when?
Yeah, you didn't even fucking know. I didn't tell you nothing. I didn't tell you. I didn't want to tell you.
That's wild.
I didn't want to tell you.
That's crazy.
Because you was going to hit me with you're a liar, you fake. That'd be your shit, lady. But go ahead.
I wasn't even going to say that. I was going to say that because my whole thing was, if you wanted to drop, do it because you're ready. Like, that was my whole thing. And apparently you was ready when you dropped. But I want to talk about mental health and how you deal with it.
Okay.
So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about the whole mental health thing, like how, like how mental health has been affecting everything. I mean, we can talk about it if you want to. We don't have to, but let's talk about how mental health affects everything and how you're dealing with mental health, because I feel like we don't talk about mental health a lot, especially in the black community, because it's kind of looked down on us. Like if you going through some, people be like, oh, you just going through this, and they try to like basically make it seem like you ain't really going through much for you to be feeling the way you feeling. So I just want to talk about like your perspective when it comes to mental health, because I know what I deal with it sometimes too. I have seasonal depression sometimes. I just want to get your input on it.
Man, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to all the black men and all the men, not even just black men, all men who are, going through, any type of depression or anxiety or any type of mental health thing, because like it's serious. And I'm somebody who, I was somebody before who honestly took the shit as a joke.
Right.
I'm gonna be 100. Like I took the shit as a joke. I took it as like, if you feel a way, you should change it. Like it ain't nothing you should do. Bro, listen. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. I feel like ultimately it's overlooked because people are afraid to be themselves.
Yeah.
People are afraid to be vulnerable because the people that they feel like they can openly be vulnerable with, they take it as a joke, or they take it as like, it's a quick fix. Like, bro, this shit, it's not a quick fix. It's not. No medication, no therapy, there's no quick fix for this shit. You have to, the thing that get me through it, and the crazy part about it is like, people look at it as probably therapy or medication or anything like that. You really just gotta get somebody who really care about you and understands.
Right.
I think that makes it so much easier, because it's like when you in that vulnerable state and when you down and you depressed, nobody really understands. You know what I mean? You would look for certain people to understand, but like a lot of people don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people like they look at it as like, oh, you're gonna be okay and shit like that. And that's the wrong thing you can tell a person who's going through any type of depression. You're gonna be okay. Like, no, it don't work like that. Like, you be okay is basically like getting fired from a job. Nigga, you gonna be okay. Like, you gonna get another job. That's cool. But when it comes to you building this building inside of your head and you fighting what's inside of your head every single hour, bro, you ain't gonna be no motherfucking okay. It don't work like that. You know what I mean? It really doesn't work like that. Like, this shit don't have an on and off switch. This shit, it flickers.
Yeah.
You feel a way in 10 minutes, and next 10 minutes you feel another way. Like, it just flickers. Like, and I'm somebody who could sit here and say, it's not good to say this, or I'm not promoting this. I understand why people commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going through the mental health shit, now I can understand. I can understand why so many people commit suicide, or so many people like be trapped in this shit for years. Like, I can understand, because like I said, it's not no quick fix. Like, it's not nothing you can, this is something you can't put a time limit to. And there's so many people who fake and act like they okay just for other people's justification.
Yeah.
And that's not okay. I'm learning that. That's not okay. You know what I mean? If you not okay, you can say no.
Yeah.
You can tell them motherfucker no. You ain't gotta go out. You ain't gotta do this. You ain't gotta do that. And I felt like with me, I feel like I never had that choice to tell a motherfucker no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I never had that choice because I didn't want them to look at me a different way. I wanted them to still love me the same way. I want them to still care about me the same way. And if you sit back and think about you justifying your feelings for somebody else's happiness, like, you don't give a fuck about yourself. And they don't give a fuck about you either if they agreeing with you doing everything they want you to do.
Yeah,
like,
right.
No, fuck you. So, like, that's just what it is. Like, people are selfish, y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when people are going through mental health issues. Like, people treat people that go through mental health issues like fucking foster kids.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like
they look at you crazy, like it's something wrong with you.
I had a family member that told me, I'll talk to you later because you're too depressed for me.
Really?
I had a family member tell me that, a close family member, I never, you know, throw a name out there, but a close family member told me they cannot talk to me right now because I'm too depressed. So if I got motherfuckers telling me that I felt like they cared about me or they love me, imagine with the next person that's jumping off that bridge. Imagine that.
And that's a selfish way to think about somebody that you supposedly care about, because if anything, I would be asking, like, what can I do?
And that's the thing, like, the talk about what could you do, like, sometimes it's really nothing you can do. Only thing only thing you can do is do the checkups.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get them out the house. That's the thing. I can expound on this for a while?
Go ahead.
That's the thing. Like, when you're going through depression, majority of the time, you alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you in a house alone, or you in a car alone, or you in a hotel alone, or whatever you at, you are alone. And I'm here to tell you that's the worst place to be, is alone. And I don't want to get too deep, but Quita taught me that.
Yeah. That's
the worst thing to be, is alone. And like, I was so used to just being alone when I dealt with my depression or whatever until I met her. And she basically showed me something different to a point where I was like, damn, like, you right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel, even though I'm fucked up, I feel better when you around.
Right.
Or I feel better when I'm around people. Or I feel better when I'm out the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, being bottling yourself in one room, or bottling yourself in not opening up and talking to nobody, or not going outside and just smelling the fresh air or seeing the sunshine and shit like that, like, that shit really fucks you up.
Yeah.
Like, you really have to get out of that hole by, you know, when there's help offered, bro, take that shit.
Yeah.
Even if it's a simple conversation. But like I said, it's the dicey world because a lot of people don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people look at it as like it's a quick fix. Oh, you gonna be okay. Oh, you gonna be all right. Or you gonna be this, or you gonna be that. You don't know until you get it. Because I was that person.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna even cap. I was that person when I see a motherfucker going through something. I'm like, dude, why you just want to do something different?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or why you just want fucking, you'll be all right. Like, it's just a fucking job. Or it's just a girlfriend. Or it's just a, whatever the case may be, like, but it ain't like that. It's just like, when you pour so much of yourself into other people and they don't pour into you, bro, you become lost.
That's facts, though.
That's just what it is. And that's the question I had on my podcast, you know, last week with Keith. And I basically said, well, he substitute his happiness for somebody else's. And me, myself, I did it before. I would never do it again. You know what I'm saying? I'll never do it again. Only way I would do some shit like that is if I know, I have came up with a regimen already where I know how to get back.
Yeah.
I know how to get back. Like, I sacrifice what I got to do right now, or how I feel right now, just to make sure my girl okay, or just to make sure my brother okay, my mom's okay, my pop's okay, my kids okay. Like, that'd be different. Like, but
yeah, I just don't feel like, I feel like it's selfish for someone to allow you to sacrifice everything for them. I feel like that's very selfish.
People don't give a fuck.
And I feel like in the end, eventually you grow to resent a person, or you grow to feel some type of way later on in your life, because you start to think like, I could have did this instead of doing this, and I wasted all this time. And so I just feel like it's not good to sacrifice your happiness or sacrifice something that you really love to do for someone else, because if they really loved you or if they really cared about you, they wouldn't even want you to sacrifice something that you really care about, if y'all get what I mean. But that's my TED Talk.
Yeah. To wrap that up, like on some serious shit, like, bro, take your mental health serious. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, if you somebody that's out there that's suffering from it and you watching this, I want you to know that it's somebody out there that care about you.
Yeah.
It's somebody out there that don't want you to pull that trigger. They don't want you to end your life, though. Like, they don't want you to, you will be missed too much, you know what I mean? They don't want you to make that move, you know. Seek help, bro. Like, and I'm not an advocate of medication. I'm not an advocate of therapy. These are things I tried. I'm not an advocate of anything. I'm a firm believer and an advocate of real love. Somebody that cares about you. Somebody that understands. Somebody that knows that, okay, I know the potential of this man or this woman, and I knew who they was before this shit started, so I'm gonna stick by their side until this shit over with, and that's gonna make this journey more magnificent for the both of us.
That's facts, though.
So, yeah.
That's facts.
Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Quita.
So do you have any regrets of, like, because I know we were talking about, like, the whole topic of sacrificing for, you know, happiness, or sacrificing for somebody else's benefit. So do you have any regrets or anything that you would change about your past? It don't even have to be about, like, sacrificing for somebody else. It could be, like, something that you regret doing yourself, or like a decision you made solely based off yourself. So it can be any type of regret that you have from your past that you would change about your past.
Absolutely. One thing I would change about my past is how I reacted to being single.
Yeah. I
would really change that, because like I'm not ashamed to say, when I first became single, I hit the ground running. You know what I mean? I felt like I probably feel this way, and I'm here to tell you that's not the route, bro. There's people behind you trying to impress. You could be fucking with so many people, and as you look up, it's just like, why am I fucking with all these people? For the satisfaction of other people. You know what I mean? The satisfaction you getting out of it is what, like, maybe sex or some time spent, but these are people that you don't even see a future with.
Yeah.
So it's like, I absolutely regret that more than anything. I felt like when I first became single, I felt I should have took as much time off as possible. I shouldn't gave a fuck about people wondering, like, damn, like, you ain't around no girls, or you ain't. Yeah. I shouldn't gave a fuck about that, but you know, I was fresh in the game, so like, I didn't know how to engage to the shit. I just basically did what everybody. Well, I did what I felt everybody wanted me to do. I didn't do what Denzel wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like I didn't do what Denzel wanted to do until 2021, till this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know I have the power to tell somebody no. You know, I don't have to do certain shit. I don't have to do shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to do. And like, that's just what it is. That's how I'm moving. That's how I'm moving going forward. I don't gotta do shit, bro. Like, I don't care what nobody think or what people feel I should be doing. Like, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can cuss on you.
I told you could, yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not doing shit for nobody else no more. Like, 2021 and
beyond,
the shit I've been through, and you know, the people I met or the people that was on this journey with me, like, really showed me that I need to value the power and know a little bit more. And that was something I always had absent, bro. I had that absent since forever. Like, I was always a person who can accept no all the time. So it's just like, if I know I can accept no, motherfucker, you could too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was accepting no since adolescence. So shit, like, If I could accept it at adolescence, nigga, you can accept it at 50, 60, 40, 30, 20. Shit, 1. All that shit. Like, you can accept that shit too. So, it is what it is.
So I want to ask you, we're going to get more into, like, the lighter end of things, because I just want to know, like, what are your goals for the next year? The next year or two of being a podcaster, or it could just be anything outside of being a podcaster. Like, in general, what are your goals in the next year or two?
Man, actually, I got plans. That's the crazy part about it. Like, if nobody knows, I guess this is exclusive. I'm relocating.
Yeah.
I'm relocating to Dallas.
Yeah.
That's part of the plan, to network with different people.
Yeah.
I feel like, honestly, like I said before, like, big shout out to everybody who was a part of the Str8t Facts Podcast in Milwaukee. Y'all got me buzzing in Milwaukee. Without y'all, I wouldn't been buzzing the way I'm buzzing. Yeah. So it's like, I got my city already. So now I'm at a place right now where I'm ready to expand. But like I said, like, God showed me this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So, like, I can't be a one-dimensional nigga. You know what I mean? I can't just be a Milwaukee type podcaster. Like, I plan to take over. I plan to go to Texas, and it ain't even just Dallas. Like, I want to take Austin, Houston, all that shit. You know what I mean? I want to be known. I want to be somebody people know. Like, okay, Str8t Facts Podcast. I want that to be an official brand. Not even just that. Like, I plan to go to New York in May, and I plan to collab out there. There's a couple things I want to do next year. Next year, not even like 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Next year, like, I want to go to New York and collab. I want to go to LA and collab. I want to go back to Vegas and collab. And at the same time, I'm gonna be collabing in Dallas. Like, the thing is, I feel like within these next couple years, you know, me being in a whole different state and knowing that this state and this city throws podcasting parties, we don't do that up here. So it's like, there's really no positive way to collab up here unless you reach out to a person.
Exactly.
Like, versus going to a podcasting party, like, I go there with my business cards, we passing shit out. Like, all it takes for a person to subscribe to your channel, or all it takes is for you to just be that person. Like, I don't have a big enough ego to reach out to a person like, bro, I want to be on your show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't have that type of ego. I don't have that type of feeling of like, damn, I don't want to do that because maybe I'll get rejected. Like, you won't know shit in this life unless you try.
Exactly.
So, you know, basically, when you say what I plan on doing in the next 2 years, I want to collab as much as possible. I don't care what state you in, what city you in. I'll find a way. You know, I just want to collab, man.
Exactly. I
want to be bigger than I want to be big. Like, if I invested so much time in this and I invested so much money in this,
you just want your voice to reach more people. Reach more people.
And it's not even about the money. You know what I mean? It's not even about the money. It's about, like, me knowing that
people want to hear what
you have to say. People hear what I got to say, and me knowing that I have a variety of connections just in case something don't fall through for me. I know this gonna fall through because, you know what I mean, I'm already well connected over here.
Now, I do know that I do have some subscribers from Dallas, or I have subscribers in Texas, period. So I don't know what areas you guys are in, but I do know that some of you guys are in the Dallas area, or so you guys are in Texas. So make sure y'all be looking out for him, and make sure I'm gonna have the link below for his podcast so you guys can check that out and go listen to him, whatever, because he will be coming there, and y'all probably hear more from him.
Sure.
So my last question is gonna be, can you provide any advice to future and current podcasters?
Hell yeah. Bro, don't give up. Like, this shit ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? And if you started off with a team, it don't end that way. You know what I'm saying? If you start off with a team and it didn't work out or whatever, you can always, you know, branch off and do your own thing and be successful if you really want it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to understand that, bro. Like, these streams, podcaster streams is totally different. You know what I mean? Like, be okay and be happy with having fun. Like, start off with small. Like, when I first started doing my shit by myself, I said I'll be okay with 10 streams.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I always averaged a little bit more than that, I was just, you set them short-term goals. Like, you just be like, bro, if I can reach 10 people, okay, next week I can reach 20.
Right.
Week after I can reach 30. So it's just like, it's all about just not giving up, bro. Like, staying the course. This shit ain't easy. Ain't nothing in life worth having is easy. So it's like, just keep doing what you, just keep grinding. Like, keep going after it. Those who out there that want to start a podcast or interested in knowing how to start one, you can hit me at @BMarcus_ on Twitter and also on Instagram. And I'd be more than happy to guide you and show you what you're supposed to be doing. Like I said before, like, just be ready to invest in yourself. Be ready to, not only just money, because this shit costs money, but, you know, be willing to invest your time and be willing to be a student, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people don't want to be a student. A lot of people, they just want to come in and just make some shit happen. And, yeah.
And believe in yourself too.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. But do you have any last minute remarks?
Oh God, I do. Hey man, if you work 9 to 5, bro, I feel sorry for you. Like, for real. If you work 9 to 5, bro, I feel sorry for you, man. Like, you gotta think about it, man. I'm monetized now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm monetized now. I got 1,001 streams. I got 1,001 streams in 26 episodes. If you work 9 to 5, you gotta get your fucking money in. This ain't no joke. It's like just real shit. Like, cause I'm really getting paid, bro. I just cashed $1,000 check, boys. Like, for real, like, you gotta
He's joking, y'all. Ain't nothing wrong with a 9 to 5.
Ain't nothing wrong with 9 to 5. I still fucking work.
No, but he is monetized, y'all. So make sure y'all send y'all congrats in my comments below to him being monetized now. He hit how many streams?
1,001 streams in 26 episodes.
Absolutely. And then his last episode, he hit what, 87
in 2 days.
In 2 days. Like, do y'all know how big that is for a local podcaster in Milwaukee at that? Mm-hmm. So, like, congrats to him, y'all. Make sure y'all comment below telling him congrats as well. And you have any other remarks?
Big shout out to all my brothers, Jig, Mook, Mike, Chris, Trail, Cyrus, Poop, all y'all, bro. I hope I didn't forget all y'all. You know, it's a lot of us, bro. Like, I'm gonna give a shout out to Quita for having me on, you know, this YouTube. Big shout out to the Den. I'll be featured on that. I'll be featured on Loud Music Podcast as well this week. Who else I'm gonna give a shout out to?
Keys.
Oh yeah, shout out to Keys. We broke the 2-day record. Shout out to Trill. We broke the 2-day record on Perseverance, Artist Day. All those are still available. Y'all make sure y'all go check those out on Spotify. You know, check those out on Apple Music. Damn, I don't want to be forgetting nobody.
You just want to shout out everybody.
Yeah, shout out everybody. You know, yeah. Shout out everybody that fuck with my podcast, bro. Shout out to all y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. Man, for real.
So yeah, as I said, y'all, the link to everything is gonna be in my description box below, so you guys will be able to directly click on the link and go listen to his podcast, all his previous episodes and everything. So he does have full season 1 on there, and also season 2 is wrapping up, so you guys can catch him before he finished the season up. You guys can go and binge listen to everything that he posted on there. I'll have the links below for you guys to go listen. As I said, he's coming to Texas, y'all, so make sure y'all look out for him.
She is too.
They know that though. My subscribers know that.
She is too.
My subscribers know that. I'll be there soon, guys, but he'll be coming to Texas as well, so make sure y'all look out for him and his podcast or whatever. I'm pretty sure we'll be at the podcast parties.
For sure.
So yeah, this is information right here. Wait, it's a little blurry. There we go. Make sure y'all go check that out. And yeah, that's it. It's a wrap for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far into my video, if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button below and click the notification bell so you can see when new videos are going to be updated or uploaded. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. You see, it's closer now. Yeah, that's good. Dude, you're literally right there. Like, the lens is right here and you right there. Like,
oh shit. Okay, my bad.
It's recording. I'm saying, well, thank y'all. Well, hey y'all, it's Quita. Wait, how's my intro go?
I don't know how your intro go, but your ass better get in that mic.
I will. Oh, yeah, I forgot right here. But remember, well, you're going to cut this out anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You cut this out anyway. So, my intro is not going to be on your podcast.
It's not?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's not?
No.
Damn, so I'm going to have to edit?
Yes, just a little bit. Just this little video piece. That's it.
You editing all this that we talking shit? Or you okay? I want you to keep, keep this shit. This straight facts visual. This day one of this shit. This the real authentic shit that's going on.
This blooper.